Hello, welcome back. Last time I got the low-tide crystal, which was a spectacular little mess to untangle, and was a lot of fun. I was going to do the cupboard crystal today, but for some reason when I started up the game, I thought, I can probably get the high-tide diamond. I don't know why this was in my head, but it's what I decided I wanted to do. And I just poked at this for a few minutes and had a realization that I think might just be the key one to getting this done. So first step here is paradox, right? To do that, I actually bring green into here. Paradoxing takes a few steps. It's not entirely trivial. I specifically want that to turn into this chest so I can take it out. So yeah, let's have a little refresher into what the high tide paradox looks like. The simplest way I currently know to get into it is to bring that chest out, bring this chest out with it, put this one into this room that it contains, take the second chest out just so I'll have somewhere to dump the green chest once I'm inside it, get in the green chest, dump the green chest in here, exit, exit, and I paradox. Alright, so I get here. Little edge here. Couldn't bring anything with me, probably. Go into this chest. Everything's at the top level. Well, everything meaning the door and the diamond, so I have to get an extra key out. So what this looks like is some kind of ridiculous trick where I can make a profit and go outward with more keys than it seems like it's possible to get here. But, oh, look at that. Don't have to put a key into a door with any force. Then I thought of something. I was thinking about jars, and the way I can make a jar here to use it as an escape hatch to get out of this room. But if I go back into this jar, then I'm just kind of stuck in here. I can do this to get out. A thing occurred to me. It's kind of a big coincidence that I'm doing this immediately after the low tide crystal. There's a trick I think I can do that I want to set up before I paradox. And it's important that there are jar spots in both places. Now, see, the thing is, I don't know how to set this up yet. I need one of my good old friends, the broken jar. Hold up, do I know how to... Well, I definitely made a broken jar here, so I must know how to make it. That was part of the main solution, that's how I got air. Let's take this out because I think it's important. However, after doing that... Yeah, this is fine. As long as this chest stays here, what I do is I take a key. I ignore that key that's there. I just make a jar here. The contents of this don't really matter. It's going to break. I take it in, because the key factory is still in there. I need to enter one of the jars to break the other one. I'm going to take the other one back up to the top level, which should be fine. Oh, I was standing in the door for a moment. Right, you can do that. Alright, enter jar. Exit jar. Don't need to take anything with me. And let's see here. Next, I take this to the top level. Alright, so this jar is broken. It just sits here. This chest goes back in this one, as before. So chest inside itself. I'm going to take the jar this time instead of that other chest. And go into the chest. Instead of stashing this in the other chest, I'm going to stash it in the broken jar. You might see where this is going. So I'm paradoxed, but I made an important little change. The question here is, how do I break a jar here and get access to both sides of it? Easily. I jar out. I go in here. Yes, this still works. I enter this. I oobleck the key to exit. Now I have a broken jar over there. So check it out, this is the same broken jar as in the non-paradox, so I jailbreak this item, and it's a key factory. There we go, that's all there is to this paradox. Okay. So this comes back out, and it's still a key factory, and it's still dry, of course, because there's no water here, and I have a diamond! There we go. Alright, so I just had to be primed to that way of thinking from low tide. Again, total coincidence that, like, I did this after that. I had no idea that I wanted to do the broken jar thing when I entered this. I was just like, I want this diamond, I've been thinking about it for a long time. And it happened! Good. So, I spent almost no time thinking about cupboard. Do I want to do it now? I kind of want to take like, what other diamonds have I actually attempted? I'm checking my notes over here. My voice starts sounding all weird when I turn to the side to look at my notes, because the angle it's coming into the microphone is different. So, notes... So I've laid eyes on the easy mode diamond. I could go for that one. I got the high tide diamond just now, and that's the only other one I've actually seen. Okay. You know what? Just for a change of pace, let's go to level 1. Also involves oobleck. Does it involve jars? I think it does, actually. There is a jar spot up here, isn't there? If I re-enter the room. There's none at the top level, because you can't exit from the top level. Yeah, jar spot there. There. Okay, so once again, I do need to stash that chest in a broken jar. And I kind of just want to bring the broken jar with me once again, don't I? Is this the same thing a second time? Okay, so I lose nothing by going down here. Okay. I need access to jar spot and oobleck. I can access the jar spot. I can access the jar spot by picking up a different object. Now I also can duplicate this chest, which I don't think I really want to do. Don't believe there's any particular purpose to that. Maybe there is. Okay, sure. I'll jar out here, and that's probably fine. Then I'll enter. Duplicated that. I'm gonna make 2 broken jars. I think I can do that. Should work. So if I take this in here... This feels like a much simpler, more direct way to paradox, as well as maybe being the solution to the paradox. Okay, so the only purpose of my visit here is to break that jar, and by taking this one out, I have 2 copies of a broken thing. That's in, that's not out. Okay, so problem, I need to bring a block out now. Can I do that? Oh, I need to exit from here. Before I do that, let me remind myself what is in the... oh, hang on, right, and I can exit from here. So I'll ditch this. In there. That has, like... Look at all those, like, sky tiles. Can I trivially obtain a block from here? No. I need 3 blocks to get out with 1 block. Alright, so I'm just looking at the paradox right now. 1 block gets myself out, 2 blocks gets me out with an object, 3 blocks gets... Yeah, okay, so... If I were to bring a broken jar with me, that jar could contain the chest, which has a way to easily get oobleck. I'd basically just keep on continuing from where that was. Okay, so what I need is a system where I can enter this chest empty-handed and come out with an item. Yep. Okay. The best way to do that is if the chest were up here. However, that's not going to be the case when... So here's the simplest way to get to the jar spot. After just one extra entry. I'm in a room with 3 blocks right now, I note, and that's kinda neat. So, hold up. Let's stash some stuff at the top level. Really? At the very top? Sure, why not? Alright, so I escaped... Hold up, no, it can't be at the top. I have to be down at least 1. Okay, well, let's just go down 1 more. So now I'm in a room with... Oh, hey, I can just leave this here. Oh! Okay, so that's informative. I can just leave an object here and plan to leave with it, so I want that to actually be the broken jar. That's just cutting out the middleman. If I do this, tell me what happens. Okay, so that's a jar. Cool. I spent a block on that, which should be fine. So that's the jar I'm going to carry with me to the paradox. Sounds great! This block comes along in order to get me to the jar oh, wait. It needs to be specifically this jar I take along, though. No. Okay. That's fine. I think it is. I'm gonna make 2 different broken jars. Which again is fine. Okay, yes, so I'm breaking this. Again, it's fine. I could take a block out with me. You know what? Sure. It won't do me any good, but I'm gonna do it just for fun. There. If I needed to relocate that chest, I could, but I want to... Hold up, okay, so that jar is broken now. No, that's the one that's coming with me. Maybe taking that block with me was useful. I want to enter this, make a new broken jar, stash the chest in it, climb up here, take that jar out. This block is unnecessary. And I think the puzzle's done! So I go in here. Ah, no, I did have a use for... Oh, hold it. Okay, so things are complicated. I'm gonna take this up here. Which is a super fine place for it, I think. At least for this step. No, this is not what I want. No, I need to keep this here where it is. Make a whole new jar. For that purpose, I probably want this down here. Oh shoot, that might matter. No, I need a block with me. Okay, getting a little confused here. I'm leaving that jar up there. That jar is important. I take a block with me. Yeah, it gets ooblecked. That's okay. Block comes along. It gets ooblecked. That's okay. All I need is to obtain a jar, re-enter the chest with it, break one of these two, exit with the other. I messed it up. Okay, let's redo. So enter. Oh, I lost a block. I can extract a block. Can I? Actually, I may need to redo some things down on this layer. I think I messed up. If you're up here... Yeah, I come out there, so what? Okay, I think I made a mess of this. I'm gonna start over just so I know where I am. Because, yeah, I got all confused. Okay, so I did something that resulted in having a broken jar right up there by the exit portal, and I liked that a lot. Step 1's to take a block into this chest. Step 2 can be... to jar out of here, I guess. Can it? Probably. I enter with this. I leave it right where it is. I break it. Because this room state contained an extra block, that's how I got an extra one out. Okay, that's hard to think about. But alright, I'll take the extra block out, and it will help me. So I have an extra block here, therefore items can be transported upward, or I can take an extra block downward and still get back to that up there, which I think is what I actually want to do. Okay, so remind me what the base state of this room is, and what I want to do. That broken jar right there is the one I will be putting this chest into. I will then use... Oh, so I really do want this up here, don't I? Maybe? Let's assume I do. I'll then use this exit and... No. No. I need a second jar to stash the chest in. I can come up here empty-handed. Then I take this jar... Shoot. Out of here. Okay, yeah, so... I know what I want to do, it's just keeping it all in my head and doing it in the right order has become the challenge. So there's something special about this room state right here. So there are 3 blocks in it. I'm gonna jar this and break that jar in the end of the process of breaking that jar, I get access to an extra block. This is how this works. So here's that jar. Jar stays here. That jar breaks, but I enter it and it contains an extra block I can take out. Then, that sets up something I like here. I have an extra block I can take in, and I can still get there with my body, and that's all I need. Okay, so now, I need to be able to go inward and jump back out carrying a jar that is broken. I do note that I can also access this jar spot, which I think I don't want to. Okay, so I'm definitely taking the block in, right? Do I want to move this? Okay, so hang on. Let me just look at the situation. Taking the block in means I jar out, then I go in with that jar and break it, and this is the same thing as I did before, so yes, this is good. I take the block in, I come out with a jar, I can stash the chest in it, and all should be fine. So block in, gets duplicated. That's access to jar spot, and access to this block if I want it. Will I want it? I'm not sure. So that puts me out here with this jar. All I do is take it to a fresh copy of the room. Oh, I can leave this here. Okay, yeah, so that simplifies things. That way I don't need an extra block. And I can't use one anyway. So I just go in here. Just exit. That's really all. Wow, this is cool. Easy mode, right? Where's my jar? It's there. That's the one I'm carrying out. I forgot which layer I was in. Because they all look the same. Alright, so I'm currently inside this chest. I go in here, I drop it. I take the means to retrieve it with me, I exit. I'm in the paradox. Got the means to retrieve the chest. Here's the chest. I don't need the jar anymore. That's redundant. I take the key. I'm not done here. I have to come out of here with another key. No, I have to come out of here with oobleck. Okay, so I need raw oobleck out of here. Okay, so this is the point at which I need to do... Oh, this got more complicated. This is the point at which I need to do some chest transport. I gotta get that chest back into this room, which just means taking it into a jar. Alright. So here's the jar. The chest goes back into. I just want to come out holding a piece of raw oobleck. Okay. I believe this is the correct action, and I can undo it if it's not. To exit with a piece of oobleck means... it needs to be in a jar, because I'll have to handle other objects around it. Could I have just had oobleck in a jar instead of bringing this along in the broken jar? Because I was able to bring an object with me in here. This might be an unnecessary extra step in the puzzle. However, I also think it's solvable from here. Probably. Okay, yeah. Hadn't thought this far ahead. It should be totally fine to get off this ledge at the very least, but let me think about what I'm doing. When I exit out of here, I'll be back in Paradox World, and I better have a piece of oobleck in my hands. Therefore, I'm exiting into this room with the chest stashed over on the leftmost shelf. so that I can just come out of there, not need any height assistance, exit again. I mean, that's not true. I have 2 blocks here, but if I'm taking them deeper... Well, am I? Maybe. Not necessarily. Okay, no, I can make a block factory here, which is useful. Can I, though? No, I can't. Okay, so Oobleck. Enter green chest twice. Without touching anything in the middle run. In the inner one, I need to move the green chest up to the middle shelf. Exit once, take the piece of Oobleck... Where? That thing's hard to protect. Maybe this isn't what I want. Hold up, I want to reset some stuff, I think. Yeah, okay, so that thing is kind of fragile. If I ever take the key in, then that doesn't really do me any good. Because that means I'm only coming out with a maximum of 1 key. Okay, so I can undo what I did here without losing anything. Just like this. So this will put me back out into the paradox world with this dude. How the heck would I jar up accessible Oobleck, or get Oobleck out of here? Without handling an object, that thing... seems like it can't go anywhere. Yeah? Without ever having an object in my hands? So first of all, the only way to get to it would be to exit the green chest while I have moved it to the middle shelf. But once I've done that, it doesn't help me because I can't exit a second time. Huh? Hold up, I have a problem here. That item is too fragile to bring out when I have to handle an object to get back up to this shelf. So yeah, the room will be in its base state, accepting any, Oh wait, hold it, no, okay, so yeah, the room, I just need to do 2 chest transports? But no. Maybe, yes, okay, so... I put the chest on the middle shelf, I take the Oobleck into it. I enter the chest again. How do I do that? I don't. Maybe I do something different. Okay, so... Whoa. Okay, this got confusing. Oh, that's my hand. I thought I was seeing the lock on the chest on the wrong side of it, but it's my hand. The lock on the chest is over on this side. There we go. It always rotates the same direction no matter which way I throw it. Okay, so... the action I take here is not clear to me. Like, I got this. This state is cool. I'm sure the puzzle is solvable from here. I'm not sure the puzzle is solvable from here, but, like, this seems like the highest value item I could have taken through there, other than Oobleck. Like, a piece of Oobleck would have to come with me. Yeah, this is where I got stuck last time I tried to do this. Well, not exactly. It's a different way of getting stuck in the same place. With the green chest already put in the paradox. So yeah, I have all the options, just none of them seem to lead there. Okay, so let's just look around. I'm going to put my feet in places and think about it. So yeah, I can exit out of here when I want to. So center shelf. You're my piece of Oobleck. If I had a chest here... Okay, so you're my chest. If I had a chest here, and I entered it, basically, once I put the chest back onto this shelf, I can do any number of exits back out of it with anything in my hands and get all the way out. I'll lose the chest at the last step, but I'll have something more valuable. If I touched that crystal right now, nothing would really happen. It would just kind of go away and melt in my hands. But what still seems impossible to me to set up is a way to get from here to the exit without changing anything. So that's not what I set up. Okay, right. Yes. So let's say I had done this thing where the chest is here, and I've just exited out of it into a room that I have otherwise not touched. So I pick up the Oobleck, I enter the chest, putting me... Well, okay, you're down there now. That's fine. That places me here. Yeah, that's a problem. While I can put down the Oobleck there and go down here, this block is in its default state of here, and I can't get back up to where the chest is. Am I entering something else, like a jar? Well, no, I can't bring anything into the room or it'll get duplicated. There's no acid to hide the Oobleck in. I can't realistically jar it up as far as I can tell. That wouldn't mean anything. Because in the jar it would still be... where it is. Room in its default state. Let's look at the default state one more time. Yeah, the only control I get here is... Wait a second. I could re-paradox. How would that help me? Maybe. So I do have the ability to re-paradox now. Which would respawn this room with another key in it. Okay, so I bring this key in to a jar that contains this chest and some other stuff. I'm going to re-paradox to make a second key happen up here, and when I do that, what will be in my hands is the key that I brought in. I think that's the only way this is going to happen, because there is no way for this room in its default state for me to get to the exit, and I have to exit with Oobleck. Unless the point that I'm exiting from is up here, and it will not be if I've just gotten my hands on Oobleck. And after having just gotten my hands on Oobleck, I cannot transition from there to a state where the chest is here, because at that point the chest would be... Yeah, I would have just exited out of it to get up here, and it'd be out of reach without moving objects around. Okay, so I'm re-paradoxing. That's what's happening. So the step that I did here was to give myself the ability to take a key into this room. I'm not ready to do it yet. Doesn't matter how many layers deep I have to go for this. Okay, I need to take 2 jars out of here. They both have to be intact. Alright, got it. Jar number 1 just sits there. Jar number 2 is what the chest goes in, then I exit back out again. And then jar number 1 is the one that I bring the key into. Okay. So chest goes in here, and that's fine. And just stays, you know, somewhere accessible. I could put it all the way up there. Yeah, why not? Because then I'd have to handle it in order to do stuff, and I might want to Oobleck something else. That's why not. Okay, I think this is right. Key comes with me. So I got a key into this room. From here, this particular key can come all the way with me into wherever I'm trying to go. So now I can set up... If I would exit out of here, I'd go back to the paradox. This is not what I want. I want to enter this, I think. Yes, okay, this is simpler second time. All I gotta do here is leave that there. I'll be exiting with it and paradoxing. So I'm currently in the green chest. I want... I'm gonna lose this block, though. I need another block out here, which I can get because of the process of breaking the jars. Right. In the jar breaking process, I come out of that with a block. So when I bring this block in here, I can get it back. Okay. Woo! This puzzle is something I like. So here's a jar. That didn't get duplicated because there's no Oobleck in here, but that's okay. It doesn't need to. It does need to. My layers are wrong somehow. Well, maybe downstream I can still do the trick of putting the chest up there. In fact, can I just do that now? I think so. So I won't need a block then. All I need is one broken jar to stash the chest in. Okay, so this is fine. I go in here. that jar can... No, that jar is coming out with me, which is fine. Okay, so this jar is coming out with me. That jar contains the block I want, which is not sufficient to get the chest up here. Yes, it is. Yeah, it totally is. I go in here. There are 3 blocks. This puzzle is spectacular. Because I don't have to carry the chest, I can just set it on this shelf. Exit with the block. Why am I exiting with the block? Because I need one... No, I don't even need the block. Okay, so the jar is broken now. Careful where you land. The jar is broken now. I put the chest... I don't currently have a key in my hand. That's fine. That just means I take this out. Here is key. Chest goes in here. Chest gets dumped. I lose access to it, but I gain access to something more valuable. I made the trade to key. Paradox reset. I have 2 keys. I have the diamond. There we go! Oh, that's good. I love it. Oh, man. Puzzles in this are so great. They just take so long to unravel sometimes. Alright. I'm happy with that. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 diamonds out of, I think it's 8? 9. It's 9. So 4 more to get. I got all the rubies on this layer. There's like 1 more here that's impossible. 1 more crystal here. Okay, we're getting there. You know what? I'm almost ready to say I'm committing to getting all of these puzzles done. If we hit another super low point, maybe not, but let's hope that doesn't happen, because like I'm still able to make progress, and like the whole thing I did with broken jars in here just opened up a whole new world of possibilities that made these 2 things so much more doable. Alright, so that was spectacular. What an incredible tangle snarl made of 2 rooms, 3, counting the broken jar, I guess. And the paradox room was barely a room. Alright, so, happy I did all that. Cupboard crystal still needs to happen. Maybe next time, maybe we'll do something else. I'll see you then.